What's up, everybody? Man, I do miss that. I do miss saying that. That nothing gets me going like saying that. I love it. Welcome, guys, to another episode of Empowering My Field EMF. I know you're probably thinking, Matt, you just did one yesterday. Well, you know what? We're kicking it off. New show, and you know what? We're having a back-to-back feature. Yesterday we had Mr. himself, Brian John Laverty, on for a great show. I had a lot of fun chatting with him about health, fitness, his cookbook, his keto book, a bunch of different things, and we just had a great time, a lot of fun. And you know what? It's going to continue. This is what I wanted to happen with this show, and I'm really excited. And tonight is no exception to this. I'm really excited because this person that I'm bringing up, we've known each other for almost 3 years now. I think almost 3 years, 3, maybe even 4. I don't even know. I know a lot about this person, a lot of the paranormal stuff, and I know a very little bit again about the hobbies. But I do know of one that he does, and it's a lot of fun. I can definitely tell he's passionate about, and it's honestly been too long since we've had him on the show or any of the shows. So without further ado, let's bring him on. Ladies and gentlemen, from Crossover Paranormal Society, Cops, live from Parapig Studio. I haven't forgotten about that. My brother, Jonathan Myers. What's up, brother?
No, not much. What about you?
Well, I'm surviving. I'm still here. I think. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Well, welcome to EMF.
I appreciate it.
I love that you dressed for the occasion.
I told my wife I was going to surprise you.
You know what, though? I love it. And for those of you who don't know, obviously, Jonathan here absolutely loves the Dallas Cowboys for some reason. And I'm a huge Steelers fan, so we like to butt heads with each other, but it's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. I got respect for him. I have respect for Jonathan, not the Cowboys, but but anyway, brother, how you been?
I'm doing pretty good, hanging in there.
Well, that's good. What have you been up to?
Just working and trying to do some paranormal stuff.
So for those people who haven't seen your show, which by the way, guys, towards the end of the show yesterday, Brian and I were talking about, actually, Jonathan, I don't know if you caught it. You're one of those ones who just, I think I'm random with my shows. You, brother, you go live, to work, from work, just out and about. You know, you just go live whenever. That's, what's up? Like, what's your main reasoning behind
that? There's just one thing, just to let people see everything that goes on. Just to drive home and talk and have somebody to talk to, because it does get kind of boring set and driving to work in the mornings, and in the evenings nobody there with you. Other than that, it's
You don't sing karaoke to yourself?
well, I do, but I don't like the way I sing.
Who does? I know what you mean. Like, and I know you've been. Well, we've, like I said in the intro here, you and I have been friends for I think almost 4 years now, 3-4 years now.
Yeah,
And I've done that too. I've gone live, mobile.
Yeah.
Carlos Lurker used to say it was the mobile consultant or the mobile podcast.
yeah,
And it's fun. It's a lot different than being in a studio setting, and it's just nice. It's nice just to be on a drive, have your audience to sit and chat with, and have fun, and all that good stuff. But
I
go
like
ahead.
to take people on the ride-alongs when we come back from investigation and stuff like that. Maybe I believe you come in on one of my ride-alongs once before.
I popped in. I may not have said much, but I do watch you as often as I can. If I see you're live, I'll pop in. I think what was the last night or the other night you were live at an investigation. I was watching you on YouTube.
Yeah, I think the last time we was out was Friday night, and that's when we actually caught some pretty good little crazy evidence.
Was it Friday? I don't even know. I don't even know what. Oh, it's Thursday. Holy shit! I don't even know what day it is. But I was gonna say I know I've seen you live pretty recently on an investigation.
Yeah.
So, but no, that's awesome, and it's really addicting, folks. If you want to be a podcaster and you want to get used to it, I don't know about you, brother, but for me, doing it in a car, it number one takes practice because you have to pay attention to jobs on the road.
Yeah.
But it's different. It's to me less formal. It's more of a hangout. It's fun. It's really fun.
I got used to doing that because when I was in the fire department, we had our pagers that would goes off, but they only said the address one time where you got to go to. Then they'll text you. Then I had to look at my phone and see where we're going.
Yeah.
And you try to drive a fire truck going 65, 75 miles an hour down the road, around all these curves, water slinging back and forth. You learn a little bit.
Well, it's you either learn or you learn from a mistake.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's how I did a lot of it.
What's up, Pam? How are you? Pam's one of my local friends here in Pennsylvania. She was also one of my investigators for a while. Yeah. And there's Cece. Hey, Cece. I have not forgotten about you, Cece. I really haven't. I've been busy. I've been busy recovering and a bunch of other things. And I haven't forgotten about you, but I am working on it. Cece actually asked me to do a new intro for her, so I'm kind of picking at that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun doing the mobile stuff, and yeah, tell me about it. She misses the paranormal. I do too. I really do. I miss being out and investigating, and Jonathan and I actually had a chance to go out and investigate down in North Carolina at the Battleship, and that was a lot of fun. We need to do that again.
I'm getting ready to get it set back up again.
There you go. Hey, we can do it for Global Ghost Hunt for October. We can record a couple hours of footage and get you and crossover in the Global Ghost Hunt. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get it probably around next October or something other. I'll be gone to New York in October, but then I guess it'll be the first part of October when we'll get ready to do it. So
sounds like fun.
Yeah,
that sounds like fun. And again, even if you want to do something that maybe isn't the Battleship or even another Battleship, it can be anytime between now and October, and we can record something and just send it in and just have fun with it. But it'd be really cool to get crossover in the spotlight because it's a hell of a team. It's a really good team. You guys are a lot of fun to investigate with. I'll tell you that, especially Pops.
Yeah,
I love investigating with Pops.
He's something else, that's for sure.
Well, that's good, CC. I don't want you to. I don't think anybody does.
I want to send you a picture right quick. It's the face that we caught at the bridge, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go for it, brother. Go for it. Go for it.
Let you put it up on the thing, everybody can see it.
Go for it, brother.
I got you.
Ooh, that is creepy.
You can actually make out the eye socket and the nose socket and barely make out the mouth socket. And if you look real close to the top of the circle, you might see like a horn come out of it.
Yeah. I can see that. That is, you guys see what he's talking about. There's the eyes, the nose, almost like a mouth. It kind of reminds me of either a clown mouth or some kind of Joker-like mouth. And then you got, I see what you're saying with the horns.
Yeah, you can see it just right in there.
Wow. That's a good caption. Now, where were you when you caught this?
I was at the bridge. We just had got out of the truck. I set my tripod out, and then I crawled out and put my phone on it. And I turned back around into the truck to get my stuff to fill in my pockets and take it out there to the bridge. And one of my viewers from the UK snapshot, he come into the chat and said, "Hey, I caught a face. I'll email it to you." And the whole night I was worrying about it. I was like, God, I don't know what in the world he caught and captured, but he snapshotted it.
That's really cool. Yeah, that is a heck of a catch. That is really cool. I mean, the definitions on there are pretty good.
We're thinking that it might be the person that did all the killing there.
It's possible. It's very possible. But not to discredit this individual or yourself, brother, but this is where, as an investigator, and I know Jonathan's the same way as I am, you have to debunk. And that's the first thing you have to do. And you think, is it matrixing? Is it this? Is it that? Could it be, whatever? But I don't know. Like, to me, it's pretty defined. I don't know how well you guys can see it where you're watching this from, but like, I'm looking at it on the Messenger full screen, and you can almost tell depth.
Yeah.
So that to me is a little bit away from the whole matrixing thing, but definitely something cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was worried about it. I thought, tell him what he had found and what he had seen, and stuff like that. So,
no, that's a heck of a catch. That's awesome. Pam says, "Wow," and she says the horns were the first thing she saw. Yeah, the eyes for me. This is what drew me in. But now we're in trouble. There's Raymond Newsom from Newsom Paranormal. You'll be catching Raymond tonight with Spirit Mechanics for the Global Ghost Hunt as they kick it off tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm super excited for that. We've seen Raymond investigate, and he's done really well too. Bobby Mackey's, he's done a bunch of different places. But I'm excited to see him and the mechanics working together for this initial investigation for the Global Ghost Hunt. But anyway, so we're here to talk about not just the paranormal, because like I said before, guys, this show is going to be a little bit about everything. Obviously, the paranormal is going to fall into this because, as we learned with just even talking with Tanner, it happens. It's the nature of the beast, and that's the first thing that brings us together is the paranormal. But there's more to each other than just the ghost hunting side of it, than the spirits. There's more. People, other people like to do things. I like to fish, do different things. Jonathan here has a unique one, and I say unique because I don't have very many friends or acquaintances that I know that has a hobby like you. And it's not even just a hobby. I can hear it in your voice when you talk about this topic. You've got passion for this. Like, this is something that is really close to you. And go ahead, and I'll let you kick it off. What is this hobby passion of yours, brother?
Well, I do collect baseball cards. That's my main thing that I love to do before I got into paranormal. I collected ever since I was very, very young age. I remember my mom bought a first pack of cards, and she wanted to open them up for us. And I actually still got that pack of cards. And that was when I was like 6 or 7 years old, and I'm 42 now. So it's pretty good long time.
A little bit. So it was your mom that got you in it. Like, were you and your family like baseball fans? Did you play baseball? Like, why baseball cards?
We never did play baseball. We never keep our grades up long enough to do in school and stuff like that. Which I was more like an F and S kind of person, and so I could never play sports. But my cousin, he got into it a little bit, and then my mom, she thought it was pretty cool for us to have something there to do. And every time we went out to Prime Biker every summer, we always saved up some money to buy cards and stuff like that. Or if we have enough money during the week after my dad got paid, she'll go buy me and my brother a pack of cards or something like that and stuff like just something there to do to have fun as a family time. So that's how I got started.
Oh, that's awesome. Like, I some of you may know I collect Pokemon cards and stuff like that. So does the Wicked Queen. I did a little bit of baseball cards when I was younger, but that's just because I played baseball. You know what I mean? And I thought it was really cool. I watched the Pirates a lot. Growing up, Jay Bell was my number one, athlete. Everybody liked Barry Bonds and Ken Griffey Jr. and stuff like that. Me, I was a Jay Bell guy. I don't know. And my mom actually took me to a Phillies game. The Phillies were playing the Pirates, and I have John Lieber, Jason Kendall, and Jay Bell's autograph on a hat. And I know like that's something that stuck out for me. And having not just the autograph but the card with it, that it means a lot. But there is one thing I know a lot of people do wonder about baseball cards, and I've wondered this too. Do you eat the gum?
No.
I don't know anybody that does.
No, I've done it before, and it don't go up like chewing anymore. It just gets all powdery-fied and it gets all stuck all in your mouth and everything, and it ain't no good.
Well, there you go. There's somebody else who has a passion for the pig passion. There we go. Yep. Cece. And actually, Cece, it's funny. Jonathan and I, when he was starting up his podcast, we were just talking BSing, and I don't know how it came about, but you ended on Parapig Studio, and I just think it's funny. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I still use Parapig Studios on a lot of my videos I make.
That's awesome, and I remember helping you with the logo with it, and I just love the logo. I don't know if I still have it or not. I'll look while we're talking here. But what? So when it comes to baseball cards, okay, what is to you like what's valuable? Like what should people be looking for? Because like with Pokemon, most of us know who are like they have like who is the hot ones? Like what are like the ones you're looking for? Like everybody knows about the holographic Charizard or the big Pikachu or whatever. Like what makes a baseball card valuable? Like what are some things you got to look for?
Well, one thing you just got to especially get them graded. That's the only thing that is really worth anything is getting them graded like that right there. You got to get them PSA graded.
Okay, so that you still have. I knew you had PSAs. Now, do you send it to the same place like the Pokemon cards? Like, do they all go to the same place?
Yeah, they do. They do pretty much everything. And see, this is autographed.
Oh wow!
And it is a number 10, so it's top of the line.
Wow, the PSA 10.
Yeah, and it's also well, it ain't one of one, but it's my buddy gave me this. One of my friends that I deal with a lot. He gives me pretty much a lot of my cards that I got, and like autographs. You got to have some autographs.
Okay. Hey! You're cheating. You're talking baseball. I see a football player there.
Yeah. But see, you can see the number on that card. It says 15 out of 15.
Yeah.
That's what you got to look for.
Okay.
The numbers on autograph stuff. And this one right here is a very special card. He gave me this one. He bought it specially at a card show.
Mm-hmm.
It's Bo Bichette from the Blue Jays. That's my guy, PC now. And if you look on the back, it is numbered of 1. This is the only card like that.
So it's not just obviously who the player is. It's a matter of how many are printed, Is it autographed? And obviously, anybody who collects cards knows condition.
Yeah, just like this here. This is a Michael Jordan card. Everybody knows how valuable Michael Jordan is.
Yeah,
It's his college card. He was in the Carolina uniform.
of course.
All right. This card would be worth a little bit more than this, probably about $4, maybe $5, $10. If it was graded anywhere from a 5 on up, it'd probably be about anywhere from $100. You never know. Just according on how the grade number is.
Okay. And for those of you watching and are wondering what we're talking about when we mean graded or the PSA, what it means is, what is the condition of the card? Does it look brand new? Are the corners torn a little bit? Are they bent? Is the color faded? Anything can make a grading system good or bad. It just depends. And it also is off of, I'm sure, rarity. With baseball cards, it's the same thing. Rarity plays a lot into the grading system as well.
Yeah.
If you have a common card, like excuse me guys, I have to go with the Pokemon or even Yu-Gi-Oh, because that's what I collect. That's what I like. I actually have a bunch. And I mean, actually, let me turn on my studio light. I'll show you guys. When I say I collect Pokemon cards, I'm not joking. There's 2 right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's 2 right there. There's a third one back there. There's the 4th one. And then the Wicked Queen and I have a bunch of cards just stacked right there that we got to go through.
Yeah.
And then we even have like a bunch upstairs in the bedroom. So when I say I collect Pokemon cards, sorry, I collect it. But if you get like a common card, like if you know Pokemon a Pidgey, it's not going to be worth tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
You get that holographic Charizard, or you get the Surfing Pikachu, or I don't know, Ken Griffey Jr. rookie autograph. That's going to be worth a lot more because that's something that doesn't always happen. So, so what do you look for when you're getting cards? Like, do you just do the buy and pray that you have something good, or do you actually buy the cards you're looking for?
Well, I just like cards in general, so I just buy whatever I want to PC at the time. So I don't go out and just buy some random card because it's worth a lot of money, because to me, I'll never get to sell it.
Well, of course, I'm the same way. Like I have a Pikachu card up here that it probably is worth a couple $100.
Yeah,
I'm not even touching.
Yeah.
Like it's just up there hanging out doing its thing, and I'm happy with it. I'm happy where it's at.
I've got over millions and millions of cards. Like on that shelf back there, nothing but cards. In them boxes behind me is nothing but cards. And
he's not lying, folks, because before we started, we were a little late. We had some issues with the internet and getting into StreamYard, but he wanted to grab some cards. And I'm not joking. When I was watching you, and he has stacks. He's not even lying when he says million. Like, I think he's underestimating.
Yeah. I've even my spare bedroom's got like 10 or 15 1,000 count boxes of cards in there.
I gotta I think if I could, I'd probably have, like, you saw the cases of the Pokemon cards, I'd probably have like a whole wall just full of them. Like, it's addicting. It really is addicting. So what about, like, and I know like Pokemon cards are kind of the same way. I don't know about baseball cards, but obviously certain stores like Walmart and other, big name stores, they have, card packs, whether it's the case, a bundle, whatever. What about like going to Walmart or like, where do you get your cards? Like, is it okay to go to Walmart for good cards, or?
Yeah, if you want to, they rarely got them priced a little bit high at Walmart. Just my opinion, but everything has went up. So I say about another 3 or 4 more years that everything will start be coming back down, because people can't afford this stuff. Well, normal average people like us can't afford it no more.
I can barely pay attention.
You got that right. And you just take a chance and gamble on that.
Okay, so where would you go? Like, if, let's say somebody's looking for a valuable card or a card pack, like not just the individual, because I'm sure you can go on Amazon or Google, where to
Yeah.
get some of these really good cards. But obviously, you're going to be paying, out the butt for it. But
Yeah.
where would you go to get some good cards? Like
I
what?
would I would go to like eBay or Ebates. Ebates
Okay.
now you will buy and they will also cut your check back.
Okay.
So, if you spend $20 on some cards, you might get half a check back. You might
Okay.
get a $10 check or $12 checks, whatever thing. So that would be my best bet. Be what I would say.
Now, are you looking like? Is it a private? Are you looking private owners, or are you going to like businesses, buying from businesses?
They're actually business people selling them stuff,
Okay.
and now you can go on Whatnot and buy cards now.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Okay.
I got I got
So
a
who,
friend on Whatnot that does sell cards now.
like packs, right? Or are we talking singles?
Individual cards.
Oh, individuals.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have your favorite baseball player, I'm sure, does he have others besides baseball, or is it just all baseball?
I think he might just have baseballs right now. He
Okay.
does do some football cards, which I'm not big into football. I just like the Cowboys because they're so awesome, But
That's debatable. All right, so he just sells mainly baseball cards now.
yeah.
Um, Now, what would you suggest to people? Like, if somebody wants to buy baseball cards, where's a good spot to begin? Like, what kind of, like, are you looking just for, your favorite team? Are you looking for an era card? Because I know there's some that you can buy packs from like the 80s and so on like that. Like, what would be a good place for people to start to do this?
This you can start anything. To me, like I said, I started collecting into sets, so I started buying cards to finish my sets out.
Now, when you say sets, what do you mean by sets?
From card number 1 all the way to the last card in the set.
Oh, okay, so the numbered system. Is it now when they're in sets? Like I saw the Bo, he's 15 out of 15. Is 1 through 14? Is it just him, or is it an actual set?
There's a to say for this one right here, 15 out of 15, my card. There's 15 other cards like this, but they are where they serialized right there. It says 15 out of 15. There's 15 like this, but there's also another set is like I had another one that was like 25 out of 90 something. Same card, same autograph, but they do that to make them more rare. Like this one right here is like super hard to find because it's 15 out of 15.
So the other 14 cards are exactly like that card.
Yes.
Okay. But I didn't know if it was like
serial number be different from it.
Okay. See, I honestly didn't know. I didn't know if it was like just the player themselves. It's just a series of different cards of that, or if it was the same card, just different prints.
Yeah. No, it's the same exact card, same autograph or a relic. What I mean by relic is like they take a piece of their uniform and put into a card.
See, I didn't even know they did that. So that's actually part of that guy's uniform.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah. And like this one right here, the little flag, the little maple leaf on the Blue Jays uniform.
Yeah.
This is the piece of the red part of the maple leaf.
No, don't let Brian see that. But no, that is awesome. I honestly didn't know they did that. Like I didn't even know. Like, do they do it for all sports, or is it just baseball? Do you know?
They do it for all sports.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. I've got a football relic, and I've got a basketball relics in there from the Carolina Tar Heels. Stuff. Anything like that. And my biggest favorite is the air cards.
The air cards.
Yeah, I always like the air cards. Like this one right here, this is a more iconic card because of the Mendez brothers. They're set right here.
Oh, okay.
You remember in the 80s when 89 when the Mendez brothers killed the mom and dad?
Yeah,
That's how they got caught. They started
really.
they started buying expensive watches and cars and bought tickets to see the Knicks game.
Huh.
And somebody when they made that card right there, when they took a picture, they realized that was them.
No kidding. So that's literally a piece of history then.
That is, it's a piece of history. It's not an air card; it's just a history card.
Okay. I know like Pokemon, we have like they have error cards, whether they're a double exposed, so they're just printed off center a certain way, or you get other pieces of card. And I know they have some value to it. Same thing with coins. I know if you collect coins and stuff, the double strikes are huge.
Yeah,
They're huge. And there's a couple other things to look for. And I don't know if you know about Star Notes.
yeah, I
Have you
do.
ever- yeah, Star Notes were the same thing. Once I heard about that, excuse me, I'm checking every bill.
Yeah.
I'm checking every bill, and if I see that star, I'm doing the search. I'm doing a search to see is it valuable? Is it
Mhm.
worth something? And what we're talking about, folks, and I don't have it because I'm broke, but on a bill, and it doesn't matter. Dollar bills seem to be the most infamous that I get these, but there will be in the serial number at the very end a little star, and sometimes it's blue, green. I've seen red stars,
Yeah.
but either way, it's on the end of the serial number, and depending on what year it is and where it was printed, it could be worth some money,
Yeah.
some real good money.
I've got a dollar bill. Let me show it to you if I got it right here.
All right.
But I do have a dollar bill that don't have "In God We Trust" on it. But I do have one that says "In God We Trust."
Huh.
Yeah, it might be here. Right here it is. Now you look at your regular dollar bill
Okay, let's make you full screen so people can see this.
on the back. Like this right here is a regular dollar bill.
Yeah.
"In God We Trust."
Yep.
Here's one from the 1935 that don't have it.
No kidding.
I checked this bill everywhere and I ain't seen it yet.
No kidding. Yeah, you're right.
And it is a silver certificate.
Huh.
Every silver certificate I've seen does not have "In God We Trust" on it.
See, I didn't even know that that was a thing. Like I heard about the silver print, but I never heard about
They have
the.
got a $5, $2. Let me get another one right here and I'll show it to you. Now this that my grandma gave me, and it's in my picture, so I can't take it out. But you see that one? That's a real live $2 bill right there.
Yeah. Wow. See, I actually have a couple of $2 bills, and some of them are from the '60s, and some of them have been printed a little bit later on. But I actually have a couple of them, and I hold on to them.
Yeah. Well, see, there's an original $2 bill. My uncle wrote on that. He gave it to me. Every time they give me something, they always write on it, and you can tell the difference in it. This right
Yeah.
here is a special red note.
Huh.
Yeah.
That is really cool. That is really cool. And let's see, Raymond's saying "In God We Trust" wasn't added until the 1950s. That's fair. I really didn't know that. I'm gonna have to start checking my bills now. Not just for the. I'm serious. Not just for the star notes. I have to look for the "In God We Trust" if it was.
Yeah. See, that one's from 1935, and I got it back in some change when I went to a store.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I don't know about you, but I love giving the cashiers anymore like a $2 bill or the $50. The
Yeah.
$50 are my favorite. What is it? I no, this isn't real. It is, Scooter
Yeah.
or a wheat penny. A wheat penny. You give them a wheat penny, they go crazy.
Yeah.
They go cross-eyed.
Yeah. They sure do. Around here, kids nowadays are crazy. They don't know much of anything.
You know what? There was a young female I used to work with at Wendy's, and God bless her. She was a great person. great attitude. No idea how to make change. And she was on register, but no idea how to make change. I'm like, how it tells you, and she's like, no, I know the amount, but like I don't know how much each one's worth. I'm like, what are they teaching you in school? I learned that in kindergarten.
Yeah.
I still remember the little plastic coins they give you.
Yeah.
But
we used to have pencil machines at school when I was in elementary school. We used to take them plastic quarters and stick them in the machine. We all got in trouble because we got pencils for nothing. I got my tail tore up so many times for that.
I got in trouble from my parents because of the play money. I put them in gumball machines.
Yeah.
And those little things you get stickers and whatnot. Like that's where I put my change, and it would work. I don't know why it would work, but I thought that was money. I was like, okay, cool. I'll just a 4-year-old consultant just putting plastic change in these little things, these little vending machines. I loved it.
You see that one there? You see that guy in the back?
Yeah.
You don't see his hand, but if you look at that one, you can see his hand on his crotch. It's been airbrushed out.
Oh.
This is the air card, and this has been airbrushed.
Huh. Just goes to show you, folks, you got to be careful when you're in front of a camera.
Yeah. This right here is the most iconic card there ever is, but I don't have the original card. This is called the Elf Face card. You see on that little black dot right there on his back, it's supposed to be the Elf Face.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
But somebody's seen it, and they had to call all the cards back, every set they put out that year, just to put a black box on that.
Wow.
And there's another card in that set has the Marlboro sign in the background, and they had to cover that up.
No kidding.
Yes.
So when they print these cards, obviously it's not just, the picture quality of the individual. It's obviously everything. Like they look at the background, they look at, signage and everything. That's kind of cool. I really didn't know that. Yeah, I thought it was just the player themselves.
Just like NASCAR, when they took all the cigarette products, things out of the NASCAR, even made Winston Cup. No, Winston Cup no more.
I was wondering about that because I used to hear about the Winston Cup all the time, and now nothing.
Yeah, see, because Winston Cup race started here in North Carolina, just right down Winston-Salem, probably about 45 minutes from me.
Yeah.
R.J. Reynolds is the founder. Well, not founder, but they actually sponsored the series, and they had to take all that out, everything.
No kid. Well, see, I don't know what it is, but it just to me seems like any more of these people are getting to be that we call snowflakes.
Yeah.
Like you get butthurt over everything. It's like, oh, he said a bad word.
Yeah.
And and who cares? It's like just grow up.
I used to be real bad, and I had a Chevrolet truck, and when I had a Dodge truck, I had a set of bull balls on the back of it, hanging down from a reach hitch. I was asked plenty of times to take it off by people out in the public, and I just left them on.
I would.
Yeah, I didn't mean anything. I just wanted to have it on my truck.
I think I've seen people with those on trucks and cars and stuff like that. I'm okay with it. I think it's funny.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I did. Even my preacher laughed at it. He said, that's funny right there.
Yeah.
And here's what the iconic card would look like, but this is my Donald Trump card.
I'm a Trump man myself. I like Trump, but that's funny right there now.
And here's the one that's a copy of a Mickey Mantle card of Donald Trump.
Oh, wow. Now, see, that's Photoshop. That's cut in pretty good. I like that.
Yeah, somebody did some pretty good work on that.
All right. So let me ask you this. What is the most quote unquote expensive card you have? What's your pride and joy?
Probably that 1 of 1 card. It's worth a pretty little penny.
Okay. What's the dream card you have? What's one?
My dream card I want to get is my 1984 Fleer update card of Kirby Puckett. That's the only card I don't have of his rookie card.
Well, there you go, folks. If do some research, find it, buy it for Jonathan, send it to him.
Let me get one more thing right here, and I'll show you right quick.
Go for it. Yeah, see, he's not lying, folks. He's got a lot of cards.
See this right here? All this right here is my Kirby Puckett cards.
Oh, wow.
There's about over 200, close to 300 cards right here.
Wow.
And I'm catching up on my Bo Bichette cards right here.
So how many cards does each player have? Does it vary per player or?
Well, they still making Kirby Puckett cards because he's dead now, so they still making some retro cards. Nowadays, since it's got 2000, well, since the pandemic, everybody now is getting about 3 or 4 cards in a set. Then they have little subsets that come in packs, and they got 2 or 3 poses in that set. And they have like 4 or 5 sets comes. 4 or 5 sets of inserts, what I should say.
Mm-hmm.
And they have like 10 cards in that insert set, or they have 20 cards, or 24, or 100, or whichever case may be.
Okay. So each player do they talk to the players beforehand, or do they just is it in a contract? Like how, like let's say I'm going to be playing for the Pirates. Do I know about the baseball cards that they're being printed? Is it in a contract? Like, how does that work?
Now that I do not know, but I do know if you go to a sports game and you look down around the dugouts and out around the edge of the fields, you'll see these big cameras, and majority of them are taking pictures for companies and like Tops or upper deck and all that mess,
Mm-hmm.
And some of them are doing is for the newscast and stuff like that. Now, as far as in their contract, I don't know much about that part.
Okay.
But when I was at the race, when I helped my buddy at VIR, Virginia International Raceway,
mm-hmm.
I was on the fire department side. I was helping with the emergency case if I have a fire or something, but we was in the pits.
Okay.
And they was running the GT series. And that's where I have all these Porsches and Corvettes and all that stuff. When they have GTs, that's what they run. And they had guys out there with cameras that they can zoom in so close they can see the hairs in your nose over a mile away.
Now that would be funny. You're sitting there just doing your thing, and you see on the news, someone out there picking their nose. That'd be funny to see.
They've got a camera lens big around as a 5-gallon bucket.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and it's clear as day, and they can pick anybody out in anywhere in the audience or whatever they want to.
Huh.
Yes.
See, I didn't know about that. Like, now let me ask you this, and I don't know if you know this or not, but is there a way, or like, do these people, these players, do they get a commission from these checks or from these cards, or do they get like some kind of compensation for it? Because obviously they're using their identity.
I would imagine they probably get a little something out of them. I don't know what, but I would think it would be, because you have to have their permission to do it. So it's probably in their contract somewhere in the fine lines or whatever.
Okay. So let me ask you this. So what, like everybody thinks when they think of baseball cards, they think of, older cards. They think of, like the Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, all those things like that. Where would people start to find those? Because I know that's something a lot of people are interested in.
That you probably have to. There probably is some online, Amazon or probably eBay or something, or a personal collection, best place to go if you go to like a estate sale. When somebody dies and they sell everything in the house to help pay their funeral expenses and every other bills they have or something before they died,
Yeah.
or whatever they do. Sometimes them older people will collect cards back in the old days.
Well, that's true. I mean, I have a lot. Well, I had a lot. I don't know what happened to them, but I had a lot from like the 80s and the 90s when I first started. And I used to, like I said, I used to be pretty into it. Now, I didn't know anything about it because obviously I was a kid, but like I even thought about, what kind of Pokemon cards. Like you're talking first edition, the shadowless ones, all the stuff. Like I had those. That's what I grew up with.
Yeah.
It's like hindsight. I want to go back in time and kick my own ass for not keeping them.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these baseball cards, I remember practicing card throwing with. It's like I need to go back and tell myself, no, don't do that. No, hold on to them.
Yeah.
There's Mr. Fedora. I was wondering when he was going to pop
bet.
in. What's up, Scott? And by the way, Scott, I have a message. You went to bed last night on the show, but Brian wants to know when you're coming on Parapost. Fedora has he does a lot of different things too. He does a lot of reels, but he's like Jonathan. He likes to go live and do these reels just randomly, especially at work.
Yeah, he come in my live the other morning, and I really respect him because I liked when we was hunting on the battleship. It was very interesting, and the hat that you brought him to wear out in the parking lot,
the turkey hat,
yeah,
the turkey Dora.
Yeah.
I still have that picture.
Oh, you do?
I still have the picture of the turkey Dora, and I don't know if she's watching, but huge shout out to my friend Casey Renner for creating that hat. She likes Mr. Fedora. She's a Fedora fan, and there he still has the hat. You know what? I'm going to show a picture, then I'm going to find the Fedora, the turkey Dora, to showcase on here. But I know. I remember I wanted to give it to. Could be, better be soon. No. Hopefully, you do really well. He would do really well in Parapost.
Oh, yeah.
But I remember I wanted to take it to him for Thanksgiving, but didn't really get a chance to. So that's when we took it to the battleship. Yeah, it stayed in my car for months. And it was so funny. It was a great conversation piece. Yeah. People at work would see it and be like, "What the hell is that in your back seat?" Oh, that's a turkey. That's a turkey hat. Like, try it on. I was like, no, the first person that's gonna wear this is Mr. Fedora.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of pictures, I know I don't have the actual picture, sadly, but I do have the video of your intro that I did for you a while back that has Parapig Studios on it.
Yeah.
So, Cece, if you're still watching, here it is. There's Parapig Studios. And I don't know what it is. I just like the moon kind of shape with the pig out there. That is awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be a great tattoo. There you go. You should get that as a tattoo, brother.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever get a tattoo. I can't. The ink. I'm allergic to the ink.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense then. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe a Sharpie. Draw it with a Sharpie or a henna tattoo. But I'm gonna look for that turkey Dora. But while I'm doing that, why don't you show some of your favorite cards? I know you've got a bunch. I saw you bring up this stack. So
yeah, I don't have too many in here that I keep, but I do have like a few Michael Jordans and stuff like that, his college cards and things. But I do want to show you these. You remember when I was telling you about a while back, one of my guys that I follow, the first guy I followed for YouTube before I even thought about on paranormal and stuff. My show was supposed to be about baseball cards.
Yeah.
But it kind of changed because my dad, he don't care much for the cards, but he liked the paranormal, so we decided we're going to do it together. My buddy Donald Blomdahl from Washington State, he is from New Jersey, but he moved to Washington State after the service because he was a Navy guy of all things. But this is his cousin, Ben Blomdahl.
Oh wow.
That's his cousin when he was in the minor leagues. But he did go to Detroit Tigers for 1 year. And I don't know if he quit or what happened to him, or if he went back down to the minor leagues or what.
I'll tell you, I had a chance to, when I was in high school, we had a thing called Legion Ball. It was basically a high school version of All-Stars.
Yeah.
We got to play on a AAA field, and I'll tell you, that's probably one of my more memorable baseball experiences. You know, just being in the stadium, you know, getting the feel and seeing everything, and it's weird. It is very, very weird.
Yeah. See, this is one of my cards that I collect. This is my main PC. This is Kirby Puckett.
Okay.
This is the rookie card.
Huh.
But it's not the rookie. This is 85. I want the 84. I got several of this in here. Kirby Puckett. This is his rookie card. This is the tops, 85 tops.
So where on the card does it say rookie? Like I saw that it said on the top of that, but how do people find if it's a rookie card or not?
They only put the rookies on there, started in the middle of mid-90s. This is 85, so on the back, you just got to look where it says the stats it right here.
Yeah.
In order to find out if it's rookie or not.
Okay.
But see, I got another one. I got like 4 of this one card right here because they was all give to me. And so give to me, I don't get rid of nothing. I don't get rid of anything that people gives me or whatsoever. That's how my office looks so junky because people gives me stuff.
I'm the same way. Like the Wicked Queen and I just went through my clothes yesterday, like shirts and stuff. And my first thought wasn't, do I still wear this? It was this given to me?
Yeah.
And I made the mistake of picking out a shirt that the Wicked Queen gave me. And I was like, oh, I never wear this. I can get rid of this. And she looked at me and she goes, no, I got that for you. I'm like I said, I'll keep it.
Yeah.
I got in trouble for that one.
Yeah. I do the same thing. Scott asked if you were still coming his way.
Oh, honestly, brother, probably not. I was actually going to call you tonight and talk to you. I'm probably not going to be able to. And again, folks, I have no secrets, so I'll just let you know. So as most of you know, and I think you do too, brother, I just had surgery a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Let's just say I can't go too far from the house. I'll just put it as nicely as I possibly can.
Oh, I know.
It's either going north or south, so I have to be pretty close. I can't even really walk around the house without getting really winded. So going somewhere long distance at this moment probably wouldn't be the best. So as much as I want to, I really want to. I want to come see the Fedora.
I'm gonna try to get, like I was telling him the other day, I'm trying to get a couple places around here to go investigate again.
Mm-hmm.
It might be the battleship, it might be the fort. And if it's the fort, we'll be there for 12 hours there, but I got a mansion I'm getting ready to go to, and they gonna allow us to be in there for 18 hours.
You know, that's something, and I know I've said this on a couple of lives before, but I have to say it again. I have to give you the utmost credit, brother. I really do, you personally, because if it wasn't for you, you're the one who really started me going out and investigating again with the paranormal as the consultant. I did. We went places with Fedora. I went up and visited Fedora, and we hung out at a couple places. We did some lives. But as far as like out of state, like big names like the USS North Carolina, that was all you.
Yeah.
You know, you did something that I really didn't feel like would actually happen in this field, and that was getting a group of friends and people together like we did to investigate. And it wasn't for anyone's benefit. It was because we were all friends. We were family.
Yeah.
And you did that. you're the reasoning behind that, and you're the reason why, you know, I'm driven to host these events that I want to do and be a part of to get people together. And it's all you. It's all because of you. So I want to say thank you for that.
That's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm working on getting a event set up like a scare fest, but more or less just give people set up and shout out their groups or teams. They can set up whatever they want to set up for as some evidence that pictures they want to show to people.
Mm-hmm.
Meet and greet type deal, you know, charge station for people to come in and have that chance to meet people for them, since they can't go to these bigger places like real scare fests, you know, to see their favorite horror movie character or whatever. They can come and meet the real people from doing the real work. That's just what I'm saying. But
I agree. I think it'd be a lot of fun. There are a few spots that I want to set up for a public event, and you know what? Fedora's even talked to me about this. He wanted to set up, and actually, the first event that I did as the consultant, and actually it got the Wicked Queen involved too. This started breaking her out of her little bubble, was this event called Alohomora. And for those of you who think I'm speaking another language, you don't watch Harry Potter or read Harry Potter. Alohomora is something from that. It was this little event that was held in Warren, and it was all Harry Potter based. Fedora actually invited the Wicked Queen and myself to come up and speak about ghost hunting, and we gave this little class, and that was a lot of fun. And my camera's doing that crap again, brother. I'm right here. Stop it. But you know, and I give Fedora props for that, because he really broke the Wicked Queen out of her shell.
Yeah,
and that was a lot of fun. And you, Jonathan, you got to drive out of state and do my biggest investigation for me. Yeah. And that was another thing. Like, I've been to a couple of different places. I've been to the Queen Mary. I've been to, you know, a bunch of different things. I mean, the last year, the year before, we did Penhurst. But the Battleship was like my pride and joy. Like that's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And what was really cool is meeting you at the hotel.
Yeah.
You and Pops.
I think that was a good location for us all to meet up at. You know,
Mm-hmm.
It was really awesome.
And we had a lot of fun with it too. It was great. Like, I think the one that really takes away with me is when I was in the bathroom.
Yeah.
When I was in the bathroom, I think you were around and a couple other people were, but y'all heard me talking. And
yeah.
I was sitting there having a conversation with somebody.
Yeah, we thought you like went loopy in the head or something.
Well, I is, but worse.
And when you come out, and I forget who it was, I actually said, who was in there you talking to? Because I mean, you was carrying on like a full conversation.
I think it was Emmy who asked me that. Was it Emmy or Patty? One of them. I think it was one of the ladies.
I
don't recall.
But we was all out there laughing. We like, what were that crazy thing they're talking about?
I was having a full-blown conversation, and I usually don't have conversations in the bathroom. Just a little side note for people. But I was excited. I was excited to be at the Battleship. I was excited to meet everybody. And we were just gearing up to go on board. Like, we were going to start the investigation. And I thought, you know what, while we're here, I'm just going to go to the bathroom. They did have bathrooms on the ship, but I wanted to do that. I wanted to go to that. You know, it was right there by the parking lot. I was having one last cigarette or something. And I just went in, and then I thought there was somebody else in there with me, but apparently not.
And what about the guy that sneaks around? What do you think about him?
Oh boy. So so we had this amazing tour guide. I want to say that first. We had an absolutely amazing tour guide for the USS North Carolina. He was very knowledgeable, very respectful, answered pretty much every question we had. If he didn't know the answer, he said flat out said, he goes, you know what, I'm really not sure. And if you guys want to watch, I know on my YouTube channel there, and I think on my Facebook as well, I'm a consultant, I still have that investigation in the walkthrough, and he was awesome. He was great. He had a really knowledgeable, and we had a fun time. But that creepy mother, he needed a bell. And if he's there next time, I'm bringing a bell. I really am. And I'm like the jingle bells that you can put on your wrist. I'm gonna give him that because, and I think I forget who he scared. I don't know if it was Fedora. I know he scared me a couple of times, but I don't know if you or Fedora got startled by him. But I know I did. And for me, what it was I walked into this. I think it was the galley I walked into, and I'm just sitting there, just panning around, doing my own thing, and I'm asking questions and investigating. And all of a sudden, I made one of the biggest mistakes that any investigator makes. Instead of focusing, like if you're on the camera, you're looking down the hall or whatever, and instead you turn with the camera that you're supposed to. My dumb ass didn't. I went like this. Camera still facing straight ahead. Old boy was sitting at the table.
Yeah.
I cussed. I almost needed a new pair of pants. And I was like, no, screw this. Like, give me see, it's the living that scared the hell out of me. The dead people I love. The living I hate.
Yeah, you remember when we was there in the area where they eat at, like in the dining area there, and my dad was standing there, and Austin took that picture, and he said, "Oh man, I got an apparition. I got a shadow person." Yeah. Come find out that dude was standing in the back there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That he needed a freaking bell.
that was pretty wild.
Oh, there.
I got chipping at him.
See, even Scott said he loved. What I couldn't understand is, like, I was in shoes. This dude was in boots, and he was silent. That is hard to do.
Yeah.
That is very hard to do. We were in shoes and boots and stuff. Like it's hard. Jonathan will tell you, it's hard to walk around there and be very quiet. We couldn't hear him at all.
And how'd he go through them doors without hitting his shin at night with no light?
I think we were even joking about this. How funny would it be if we got a hold of the Battleship people and said, everything was great, we enjoyed it, but that tour guide was awesome. It was great for him to stay all night. And they go, "What tour guide?"
Yeah.
That would have been like, okay, we'll be back. Next week. This paranormal was Vicky. Hey, Vicky. And it's all right. Nice to see you. There's Suzette. Susan, what's up? How are you tonight? And thank you so much. It feels good to be back. It really does. It feels amazing to be back.
Yeah.
I really missed you guys, and I miss the audience. I miss the audience. I miss talking with people. And speaking of which, there's Liz. Everybody knows Liz. I love Liz. And Liz is saying hello to you.
Howdy.
Yes, absolutely. The tour guide reminded him of the butler from Mr. Deeds. I am very, very sneaky.
You remember when we was all down there in that one area where the torpedo hit, and we was all talking about something other, and somebody asked the tour guide, "You see that, or what was said, or something other?" I forget what it was when we was finishing up the tour before we started the investigation. I can't remember what was said.
I remember being down in the torpedo. Oh, you know what? Me and Emmy were in the back goofing off. I missed that. I must have missed that because she said something. I forget what she said. Oh, we were talking about the bunks, the beds that are right there with all the springs. And we were saying about how there was no lumbar support, and we were just joking about stuff like that. So I might have missed what you're talking about. But I do remember, and I think Shasta and you helped out with this one. Mackenzie and I were actually stuck in a little loop down in that torpedo room for like 45 minutes. We'd go up the ladders and go all the way around and still end up back in the torpedo room. No idea how we would do that, considering we'd always go up a stairwell, a ladder well. Yeah. We'd always go up, but we'd end up right back. And that did not break until I think you and Shasta showed up. Yeah, it was. We ran into you in one of the hallways.
Yeah.
And we said, we're trying to get out of here. It's been 45 minutes. I just want to go up.
Yeah, I remember that. And I also remember when God, what's his name? Michael. No, you remember the outside when the asked questions and that light on that building far out will come on?
Yes. Yes. So for those of you, and actually I have a picture. I actually found it. I found the fedorable one. I found the terrible one. But this ties into what you were just talking about. So here's the turkey Dora. How sexy how sexy does that look right there? How awesome is that? That's adorable right there. And again, huge shout out to Casey. But this building that Jonathan's talking about, if you look right over here, you see some building material. There was a trailer out this way. We were actually over at the ramp. There's a little ramp that near the bathroom where actually I was apparently talking to myself, which was right over here, literally right over here next to the battleship.
Yeah.
And we would ask questions, and this light would respond. And now I'm an electrician, folks. I'm an electrician by trade. That was weird. That was weird. Like I and you can ask them. I sat there and I tried to debunk it with them, like to the T. I was like, it's got to be a short. It's this. It's that. It's a bad bulb, bad sensor. It's this or that. Even still, we would get responses per question, and then we would even like. I know when you're investigating, I've seen you do it, and I know Fedora does this too. We don't ask questions in a certain rhythm. It's not you ask a question, wait 10 seconds, do another question. You ask a question, wait a minute. Then you ask another question, wait 30 seconds. Ask a question, wait 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, that's how we investigate. And it would even respond to that. It would even respond to all of us asking different questions at different increments in time. And fuck if I know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. But I will say, minus the. I think I have a new background for my wallpaper. But I think for me, one of the scariest things besides the tour guide, that was the creepiest for me, was, and I know Mackenzie and I could not stop laughing about this. That was the warning posters or signs for the alligators.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And even you said, oh yeah, they'll just come right up. They don't care. You got to be careful walking around there. And when the sun went down, Mackenzie and I were on the weather deck, and we were just around looking and hanging out and doing our own thing. And you could see the eyes of these alligators, and it's like, oh shit. Thanks, Liz. I appreciate it. And yeah, she saw a shadow pass on your live.
Yeah.
I still remember being down. It was by the torpedo room, or it might have been a deck above. And this happened during a live. I kept seeing, and I don't know, I don't remember if I asked you this, but I kept seeing a shadow figure at the end of this hallway, peeking out, like leaning in and out of the doorway.
Yeah.
And I ran after it. I know you guys heard me because a bunch of you got on the radio like, hey, what are you doing? You just heard a bunch of thumping. That was me. But did you experience that? Like, were you seeing shadow figures peeking in and out of doorways?
I did see one when we was outside on the main deck. And, of course, I was with Mason and my dad out there at that particular time. There's Auntie Mama's Kitchen. She is awesome on YouTube. She's one of my followers. She lives about 30 minutes away from me. And
awesome. I love the name.
She is so awesome. You got to go check her out. If you watch her back videos with her food, you'll be starving. You'll be going to the kitchen and eat before you get done with her shows.
Hey, just the name, I'm hungry, actually. Speaking of which.
Time for dinner. See you soon.
All right, Fedora brother. We'll talk very soon.
But she's been really big supportive of us, and she rides with me every morning to work when I go to work.
Oh, actually, I'm gonna go right now to subscribe. What is it? Auntie Mama's Kitchen.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the battleship was probably actually not probably it was. There you go, Auntie Mama. I just subscribed. Love the name. Absolutely love the name. Let's see. Good to see you as well, Jonathan. I need to check out Cobb's YouTube channel. Absolutely. Absolutely. And actually, while I'm over here on YouTube, I'll go ahead and put that link in the description for you guys. But I think for me, just the whole feel of that battleship was just amazing. It was absolutely amazing. It was, to me, yeah, there was a lot of history. Obviously, there was a lot of history there. There was a lot of things that happened with that ship. But I think Jonathan will tell you guys this. And here's Jonathan's YouTube channel, guys. So please go ahead and give him a like and a follow, subscribe, join, whatever you want to do. But definitely subscribe to him. For me, and I know, Jonathan, you were right there with me, and I know Fedora was with me when I got on to the weather deck. Me personally, my attitude changed. It wasn't just giddiness for the investigation. The feeling of respect for me was unreal. And then once we got into the ship, I got excited because of the smell. It wasn't the sights. I think I told Jonathan, the smell for me is what did it. I smelled boot camp. I felt like I was back in boot camp, and it was, that place is so amazing and it's so much fun.
I was wanting to see you in the old military uniform coming on the ship.
I actually wanted to. I wanted to wear an old CB uniform. And oddly enough, I have one. I have a BDU. I have a set of BDUs as of right now. It is upstairs. I'm going to get the patches for it. I'm going to make my uniform like I had it when I was in. And I told Mackenzie, I will wear this when we go to the battleship again. And I'm going to get the 8-pointed cap and everything, the cover. I'm going to wear my uniform. Recreation of it, but I'm going to wear it. And I want to see what the spirits do.
Yeah.
And we've seen a lot of spirits really start interacting with people that dress, that have, the attire. Like I go back to the Global Ghost Hunt with Rootless Destinations. Those ladies are amazing with their, I don't know if you've ever seen them yet, brother, but the past 2 Global Ghost Hunts, when Rootless Destinations was on, they were in full, garb. They were at a port last time, a mission. They were dressed as nuns.
Yeah.
And I think even Suzette did the same thing from CMPS. She dressed up. She had her, dress on for, the time period.
Yeah.
And, that takes your investigation to the next level. That to me it's almost a sign of respect. Yeah. But it also gives you an opportunity to act like that. Like I think you heard me barking orders at some point during the night.
Yeah.
I was yelling and hollering.
That's like what I did. I'm always wondering if some kind of special thing in life, like birthdays. I went to the bridge on my birthday, and I got pinched 3 times, and I got bruised to show it because it was size of a silver dollar. And it lasted for like 3 weeks. I'm an easy bruiser. I can look at myself and get bruised up. And, and just being at the bridge as it was my birthday, I just want to try that out. So I'm going to go on my mom's birthday again. I guess that'd be next year, and see if I can do.
That's right. Liz was. I remember that.
Yeah, I didn't get to go because it was raining and everything. So I decided to stay home. But next year I'm going to try to do that on my mom's birthday in April 14th. and see if I can't get her reaction or something other. But I do know it's going to be about 5% chance of me talking to my loved ones.
And you know what? That happens.
Yeah.
That happens. I mean, I think I'm a believer that spirits aren't tied to just one specific area. They can be if they're obviously residual, but I feel like there's a choice. They have a choice to follow us around or go with us. So that's something else I consider whenever I go out. You know, am I going to be speaking to, you know, my grandmothers, my grandfathers, my aunt who just passed away, my uncle, you know, or even like here at the house. Like if you remember a couple years back, 2 of our cats passed away. One passed away, we had to put down, and the other one we had to put down like a year after, one of our little tortoise shells. Yeah. And they're still here. They're still here in the house. Like we would hear, like I hear the one. He was big on saying hello to everybody.
Yeah.
Or the one cat. He just always said hello. That was his thing. And I know, you know, working down here, doing videos or something like that, I hear that just randomly. Or the green screen would move and you'd see the shape of the cat, you know, rubbing against it. Yeah. You know, it's amazing. So going to places like the battleship or the bridge or, you know, anywhere, you never know who you're going to run into. It's like doing the shows. You never know who's going to pop in.
Yeah.
What's up there?
I just, I mean, I just trying to do different things to myself now, you know, try to figure out with holidays. I know the weather has a big part in stuff now. I wonder if the holidays or birthdays and stuff like that, or some kind of special thing that they like to do when they was living, would that work? You know,
I don't see why not. I mean, they say moon phases.
Yeah.
The moon phases affect it. Weather, you know, I have a theory about with the barometric pressure. That'll affect paranormal activity. I've had that happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's so many different things. And then on Parapost Network a couple days ago, there's a guy named Brandon runs a show, Maps. He had a guy named Johnny Vortex on.
Yeah.
And Johnny's awesome. I love Johnny. But this is my first time seeing Brandon. But they were in a really good conversation about locations like Pennhurst, Trans-Allegheny, Eastern State Penitentiary. Well, they got on this topic of Gettysburg. And this is where this theory to me is really intriguing, and I want to check it out.
Yeah.
They're wondering, and the theory is, do the spirits make a location haunted, or is it the events of that location that make it haunted? And what I mean, and what they're saying is like Gettysburg. We all know what happened at Gettysburg. Is it because of the death there that the spirits are there, or is because all that negative energy has soaked into the ground and it's made it the location that's making it haunted? Like the location is making it the prime, you know, area for the spirits to show themselves. Now, to me, I'm thinking it's the area. The area is doing it, the location itself, because anybody who's been to Gettysburg will tell you, once you get near that city limit, and I'm not just saying the city itself, I mean, outskirts, it's all cornfield and stuff. Once you get to that area, the whole energy and the whole vibe changes. You're just cruising along on the highway. Next thing you know, boom, you just feel a heaviness. And it's like, I'm near Gettysburg. You don't have to look at any signs or anything like that. And the Wicked Queen and I, last time we were down there, we were about 4 or 5 miles from the center of the city at this gas station, and we saw a Confederate soldier. We're not even near the battlefields, but there was a Confederate soldier that we saw.
Yeah.
It was a spirit. I saw him like I'm looking at you right now. And so that's kind of what I'm curious on. So that's a really good theory for people to try to check out.
Yeah.
It triggers when you celebrate their birthday or things they enjoy. Well, I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
100% makes sense. And again, it's all coming back to relating to the spirits. So.
Yeah. It's just like when I went to visit that fort I was telling you about, Fort Macon.
Mm-hmm.
It was several different things. World War II, and they had a little bit of War of 1812 there, Revolutionary War, World War II, the Civil War. They used the Union used that as a prison for the South.
Mm-hmm.
When I walked in that back corridors and the oval shaped doors, when I walked in the back, the far end that you can, because you can go from room to room to room, I felt like somebody was walking with me. It was hotter than blue blazes outside. I mean, I had sweat balls rolling off me as soon as I got out of the truck.
I was like that in North Carolina, visiting y'all.
and when I went in there and went back and walked around, it was like ice cold. Somebody had their arm around my neck and walking with me.
That's good. It's a unique experience too. It's not anything that you can just, it just happens.
Yeah, I mean, there was so much thing there during the Civil War. You know, they treated the prisoners a little rough. They didn't have the better means like we do now.
No.
And you know that it's like he probably was telling me, "Hey, get me out of here, save me, or help me escape, or something."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And for those of you who have never had, like, I don't know if Auntie Mama has any dealings with the paranormal besides, you know, speaking with you. The only way, folks, I can really describe it is, you know, when you get a cold chill and you do that quick shiver. Imagine that minus the shivering part, like that feeling right before the shiver hits, where your whole body just goes cold, or just a specific spot just gets ice cold and then you shiver. That's that feeling we're talking about.
Yeah.
And it's not anything like, there's no breeze, there's no, you know, drafts, there's no nothing, there's no water. Yeah. It's just, it's not there, and it's there. And just as quickly as it comes, it leaves.
Yeah.
And there's no rhyme or reason for it. Exactly. And your body is reacting to something. Something is happening to make you feel like that. And it's different. It's a different type of feeling. Like, I've been pushed, scratched, bitten. I've been, you know, a whole bunch of different things. And in the paranormal, it's weird. It's a different feeling. Like, when you get scratched, like I've obviously have tattoos. You get the burning as you get the tattoo done. It burns. It doesn't really itch. It just burns a little bit. And then once you notice it, that's when you start to get itchy with it. But you got to be careful not to scratch yourself. But it's different. It's a different type of feeling. And I think that's one of the things why you and me and, you know, all of us, we're so into the paranormal, because there's so many different theories and so many different things that happen to us that we just don't understand. And we want to, I don't want to say be the ones to find out, but if we could play a part in it and have some fun with it, screw it.
It's just like that picture. I showed that picture at work, and everybody tells me that I need to quit. I'm dealing with something dangerously.
Hey, I love when people tell me that. Like, I don't know how many times my family, oh, that's the devil way. You know what? Number one is the devil himself wants to come up and screw with me. There's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Number one. Number two, if I get, and I've said this before, and I even said it at the battleship, if I get pinned up against a wall and lifted up, don't help me. Record it. That's good evidence.
Yeah.
And you ain't seeing, you know, my big butt, you know, levitating around. But if I start doing it, you better record it.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's good evidence. So, well, anyway, brother, so we're almost at an hour and a half already.
Oh, you going. I didn't expect that.
I didn't either. I just looked and I was like, oh, crap. But no, I really appreciate you coming on and talking about the baseball cards and just the cards in general, because, you know, like I said, I used to, you know, collect myself, and now I'm all Pokemon, but I even learned some things. Like, I didn't know they put fabric, like pieces from the uniform, into these cards. I didn't know that was a thing. You know, and I really appreciate you coming on and hanging out with me and talking about this and having a good time. I had a blast.
I had more than a blast. I had fun blast.
The only way would be better with you having Steelers out gear on. That would make it so much better.
I don't know about all that now. I don't think I can handle that.
Yeah, I am. Next time I see you, brother, I'm going to give you two things: the biggest hug I can muster, and you're getting a Steelers hat or a terrible towel.
Yeah, I need one when I go to the bathroom.
Hey, wipe all the cowboy crap away. I got it. Okay. I turned it on you. And see, this is all in fun, guys. Jonathan and I love each other. And see, now I like Auntie Mama even more.
Yeah, I forgot to be a Steelers fan. Oh my gosh. Oh my lord.
Oh, but anyway, brother, no seriousness. I miss chatting with you. It was great catching up. I have nothing but love and respect for you and your family. Please let everybody know I said hi and send my love to them.
Well.
Hey, Dan, we don't need that type of negativity. But anyway, folks, thank you all so much for joining me tonight and joining Jonathan tonight as we discuss his passion, baseball cards. You know, it's something. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you really had some fun with this because this isn't going to go away. Well, Jonathan will probably be back, but if you're interested in coming on talking about what you're passionate about, that's what this show is about: empowering my field, your field. What do you want to talk about? What kind of hobbies? What do you like to do? Like Auntie Mama, you're more than welcome to come on, talk about your cooking. Let's go. Let's have some fun with this. Anybody, if you are interested, please send me an email at paranormalconsultant0, don't ask, at gmail.com. I don't know where the 0 came from. It's just what they told me I could do. Or you can find me on Facebook and message me directly, Paranormal Consultant. Let me know you want to come on and what you want to talk about, and we'll get you set up. It's going to be once a week. This is just something special because it's the kickoff. We just started this. So let's have some fun with this. Let's have some fun. Just let me know. There's no topic that I will turn down. It doesn't matter. Politics, religion, football, doesn't matter. Whatever you want to talk about, let's come on. Let's have some fun. So thank you all so much for joining me tonight and joining Jonathan. Again, huge shout out for you, brother, for taking time out. If you guys haven't seen already, scroll back up. Find Crossover Paranormal Society's link, their YouTube link, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, because Jonathan deserves it, and so does his team. They're amazing people, really amazing people. So we're not done. Well, EMF is done, but don't go too far, guys. Head on over to Parapost Network on Facebook or Global Ghost Hunt Facebook or YouTube channel, because opening ceremonies for the Global Ghost Hunt spring event starts in less than 45 minutes. That's it. 7:15. We start, and I'm really excited about this. So head on over to Global Ghost Hunt and start checking it out and getting ready for Spirit Mechanics. They kick off. They're the first team going in tonight for the Global Ghost Hunt at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So head on over right now, guys. Get ready, get set, and have some fun and show your support to all the teams and locations for the Global Ghost Hunt for the next 10 days. So with that, guys, there is really only one more thing left for me to say. Y'all have yourselves a great rest of your night. Have fun. Stay safe. But as always, guys, happy hauntings.